budget cuts and staff reductions.
Our Coast Guard, our Border Patrol, BORTAC teams were there immediately. Every single thing I was on, they asked for, we were there.
Nome was asked to respond to reports the agency ran into bureaucratic hurdles and expenses requiring additional approvals.
Nobody there has said anything about that they didn't get everything that they wanted immediately or that they needed. And I'm proud of the work that we've done.
President Trump does plan to eliminate FEMA later this year to shift more disaster response and emergency management to the states.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. This as Texas officials also face questions about the local response. Governor Abbott adding several flood-related items to an upcoming special legislative session, including warning sirens. A federal judge puts a birthright citizenship ban on hold.
After the Supreme Court said judges couldn't issue nationwide injunctions against the president's order, ACLU chapters in Massachusetts, Maine, and New Hampshire, along with a number of immigration rights groups, filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of women who say their babies would be affected by this order.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, a judge in New Hampshire, allowing the lawsuit to proceed now, but limiting the scope to infants only. A former Columbia University grad student detained over pro-Palestinian protests is preparing to sue the Trump administration, filing a claim for $20 million in damages weeks after being released by a federal judge as a legal fight continues over efforts to deport him. Lawyers for Mahmoud Khalil say he was falsely imprisoned, maliciously prosecuted, and smeared as anti-Semitic. A Homeland Security official calls the claims absurd, accusing Khalil of hateful behavior that threatened Jewish students. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Money, they hope, makes a difference. Mostly cloudy and 87 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. The Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police donated money to a group today. Ryan Hedrick reports.
When you saw those hands go up, I mean, you got kids here and young men ranging in ages from 8 to about 16.
At a press conference Thursday announcing a $5,000 donation to Young Men Inc., FOP President Rick Snyder asked the room how many kids have been touched by violence. Nearly every hand went up.
It's an opportunity to remind these young men that our officers are out here laying down their lives, and they're also affected by this violence.
Because of the funding cuts to the organization, Snyder says the money will help cover food and transportation for summer camp. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
If you're hoping for cooler temperatures, then you may enjoy hearing this. Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says temperatures appear to be on a downward trajectory.
I think that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There might be cooler, drier weather coming towards the end of late week, so we're watching that. Confidence is still relatively low on what exactly we're going to get, or if we're even going to get that cooler stretch of weather, but we'll be watching out for that for late next week.
In the meantime, he urges you to watch out for some strong storms in Indiana this weekend. On the southwest side of Indianapolis, on I-465 this morning, State Police Sergeant John Perrine says one person died in a crash.
Well, it's a tragic reminder of how dangerous driving and being on the roads is.
Person on a motorcycle hit a Honda Civic that had crashed into a wall around 2 o'clock. The driver of the Honda Civic was arrested for drunk driving. The operator of the motorcycle was the one who died. The statewide average for gas today is $2.99 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. That's down 17 cents from where it was this time last week. Ball State University's College of Health is partnering with Indy 11 to offer what they call a professional development opportunity for Indiana youth coaches and educators. They're hosting a free in-person training session on Saturday, August 2nd at Michael A. Carroll Stadium in Indianapolis. It's 3:04. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
AdventKnows.com.
Most insurance accepted.
Afternoon traffic on WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, southbound 65-70, stop-and-go traffic from the north split to the south split because of construction. It's a 5-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slow from Harding into the south split, delayed 3 minutes. On the north side, eastbound 465, a slow from Michigan Road over to Meridian 31. Eastbound 465, stop-and-go after Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. And inbound 69 slowing down from 106 to 96. That's a 9-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly sunny skies for the day today. It is going to be hot and humid. An isolated afternoon shower possible with highs into the upper 80s. Partly cloudy tonight, mild and muggy with lows near 69. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. When we talk about the revolving door of the criminal justice system, what does that mean to you, Hammer, when I say those words, that term, that phrase that we often use on that show? The revolving door of the criminal justice system.
The key word is revolving, meaning bad guy goes in, and then shortly, right afterwards, bad guy goes right back out.
Whether it's bail, whether it's a sweetheart plea deal, that's several different angles and aspects of the revolving door of the criminal justice system. But it's not just here in Indy, is it?
No. This Bloomington story is unacceptable.
Don't get me started, man.
So a Bloomington guy who took a plea deal in a rape case last summer, now back in jail on, surprise, another rape charge.
What do you know?
According to police documents, on July 2nd, around 11 o'clock at night, police responded to a call of a woman heard screaming for help. And that's when Manuel Lopez was seen on top of a woman on the ground attempting to assault and rape her.
Good Lord.
Luckily, 2 good Samaritans came by, dragged the guy off of the woman, and held him until the police arrived. Now, this Lopez cat was released from jail in February of this year after being sentenced to time served in a separate rape case from July of 2024. So we're not talking about 10 years ago. We're not talking about 15 years ago. We're talking about one. Online court records show that Manuel Lopez remained in jail from his arrest on July 15th of 2024 until he got a sweetheart plea deal from prosecutors in February of this year. As part of his plea deal, Nige, I mean, this sounds like something Ryan Mears would do here in Marion County, but I know down in Bloomington, it's very liberal as well. As part of the plea deal, the previous attempted rape and sexual battery charges were dismissed. So how would you like to be the woman that was almost raped by this bastard, and then you find out he gets a sweetheart plea deal? Those charges are all dropped, and he gets back out on the streets, and he does it again.
Well, it makes me sick, and it's indicative of these rogue prosecutors that don't really have any idea what they're doing. They don't have any concept of, let's just get these guys in, let's just get them out, and our hands are clean.
Right.
I feel like, yeah, of course. What if you're this woman that was assaulted by this guy, and then you learn, wait, he was convicted of the very same thing. He's been in jail, and then they let him out?
Right. Now, there's an update to this story, too.
Oh.
Attorney General Todd Rokita has weighed in with a tweet from earlier today. ICE confirmed with our office that this individual is an illegal alien, and the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department released him back into the Bloomington community after his crimes in 2024.
What? No attention to ICE, no notification.
Instead of honoring ICE's detainer request and getting this criminal out of our country entirely, he was released back into the community and has assaulted someone else. The tweet from the Attorney General of Indiana goes on, quote, "Now he is back in Monroe County Jail. Don't make the same mistake. Work with ICE this time and deport him. This should have never happened, and we will continue working hard to hold Sheriff Marte accountable."
Working with ICE doesn't mean you have to do ICE's job, by the way. I'm just clarifying that for people. You don't have to do their job if you're a policeman or a prosecutor or a judge. You just, I don't know, send an email, make a phone call. Hey, we got this guy. He's on the deportation list, and he just was accused of raping somebody. So after he gets out of jail, come get this guy and get him the F out of this country.
So it sounds like the Attorney General, Todd Rokita, not real happy with law enforcement, specifically the Sheriff's Department down in Monroe County. And oh, by the way, not only is this guy an illegal alien, he's got quite the rap sheet, too. A pending public intox case from April, a conviction for battery resulting in bodily injury, pled guilty for strangulation and battery resulting in bodily injury, and then the attempted rape and sexual battery charges that were ultimately dismissed, and now the new one. And this guy was out on the streets.
What's he doing in this country? Like it's happening all over this country. What's he doing? This is like all you have to do is notify ICE. That's all it is. Hey, we got this guy. We're going to put him in jail. He's going to do his time, and then they're going to come get him and get him the F out. Is it harder than that? Am I simplifying it?
It sounds pretty easy, but if your politics get in the way of your job, you get situations like this. When you have liberal, super leftist folks calling the shots for the criminal justice system, more often than not, you're going to get some sort of woke bullcrap where violent repeat offenders get back out on the street because they play you that sad violin. Well, everybody needs a second chance. This guy has attempted to rape 2 women, and he's got a long rap sheet. Stop with the crap. Unacceptable. It's not just Indy. It's also happening in other places around this country, around the state of Indiana, like in Bloomington. Now, meanwhile, here in Indy, city leaders, they're really diving into this violence downtown thing, Nige. They're really taking it seriously. And when I mean taking it seriously, I mean not at all. They have a curfew that has no penalty to it. So if you are a underage thug running around downtown and you get busted late at night, yeah, you'll get taken to the youth center. Whoever is pretending to be your parent will be notified, but they're not going to lock you up and they're not going to fine you. So there's no penalty there. But also, this is ridiculous. City leaders in Indy are putting up pop-up peace events. These pop-up peace events scheduled throughout the city are organized by the Indy Peace Team under the Office of Public Health and Safety.
Are they doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I don't believe
Saturday
so.
nights?
I don't believe so. I don't believe it's at 3 a.m. near the bars. I don't believe it's over near Crown Hill where everybody crashes into the wall. I don't believe it's near 38th Street. Pop-up peace events. The kind of guy, Nige, that's 13 years old that would pistol whip somebody and have a weapon in his pants, probably not going to attend. Just a hunch. Just a hunch.
Is there a case to be made that they are at least attempting something here? That they are trying? That the administration is saying we've come up with this idea of pop-up peace events?
No.
No, is that not?
So if you're telling me, hey, we've got a violent city in Indianapolis, what we're going to do is bring in Clay Aiken for a concert. That's doing something, but it's not helping. And that's what these things are. The type of people who need to go to these events are probably going to rob the people that do go to these events.
The 10-point coalition, on the other hand, from Reverend Charles Harrison, the president.
Right.
That is accomplishing something.
They get shot at when they get walk around. And we've talked to the Reverend about this.
Gunfire, sure.
All this stuff is just getting on my bad side, Nige.
Hey, you're a Marion County guy for life.
My Irish is up. I believe that's the expression. My Irish is up. Not even Irish.
Yeah, I think that's somehow racist, but go ahead.
If you need a reason to drink tonight, like I do right now.
Yeah.
Happy 55th birthday to Gary LaVox, frontman of Rascal Flatts. Some would say he kind of looks like what JMV used to look like when he was fat. Because JMV's lost a bunch of weight now. Seriously, he's going through his Matthew McConaughey Dallas Buyers Club phase. Like, he's lost so much weight, he looks sick. But
he doesn't look sick. He looks good. He looks good. I'm jealous.
He's on that Ariana Grande diet where somebody get that man a burger.
No, I've lost about 25 pounds. You lost a bunch of weight. But I need to get down to his weight.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. But Gary, is it Gary LaVox?
LaVox.
Or Gary LaVox?
LaVox.
Okay.
He's from America.
Okay.
It's a hard X. Rascal Flatts.
It's a hard X.
Front man.
Yeah,
So-
I saw him perform solo at the Palladium last year. Or
Was he
maybe it was
good?
the year before. It was awesome. He did all the Rascal Flatts stuff. Is he still with the Rascal Flatts? I don't know.
I like it when you put the in front of it. The Rascal Flats.
Did I do that?
Yes.
That was unintentional.
So, with that being said, I've got the Rascal Flats montage put together here. 7 songs. I've got the over-under set at 5.5 on how many producer Allison knows. What do you think, Nige?
Oh, she's got all of them.
You think she's going to run the table?
She's got all of them.
All right. Honor system as always.
She's a country music girl. Rascal Flatts, one of the most popular, profitable country music bands, not necessarily now, but back in the 2000s, sure. Back in the early
late
2000s.
90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's my sweet spot. I will say I've seen the Rascal Flatts 3 or 4 times in concert, so I feel pretty confident.
Okay.
That's so ridiculous. I can't believe I said that.
Well, you did.
Rank it up. Here we go.
Oh, of course.
1 for 1.
Everyone get the tissues.
Oh,
Yep.
A lot of mother-son dances at weddings right here.
Graduation song.
Yep.
My wish.
Man, a lot of tearjerkers. Yes.
Get your lighters up. 3 for 3.
Might be their signature song.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Cars soundtrack.
That's how my son knows it.
Yes.
Fall down like rain.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Early stuff.
Used to play this on the Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
The Rascal Flats.
Oh, wow. Yes, I have. That's super early. Right?
Everyday Love.
No, I wouldn't have come up with that one.
There we go. Allison ran the table,
All
baby.
right.
Yeah, I
Way to
felt
go,
confident.
Allison.
Thank you, the Nigel.
Standing by with a look at the traffic is Matt Bear.
Yeah, the eastbound 70 on the east side. We are, we have a semi that jackknifed here, and the load is all over the interstate. That's all I have to say. It's a straw, and it could be some sort of, straw hay type of thing. And we have one lane of the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue that's getting by right now, and that's on the far left. Everything else is blocked. So if you're trying to exit the Shadeland from eastbound 70, it's going to take a minute. It's going to be tricky. Please be careful as you do this. Also, looking at southbound 65 70, stop traffic from the north split to the south split. That's because of construction, a 5-minute delay. Inbound 69 delayed 5 minutes from 106 to 82nd. Northbound 465 at East 75th. That's a stall blocking the right lane, slow to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
90 80 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Coming up next, Avon, Southside. We've got an update for you. That's next.
Okay, Hammer, I still haven't made my appointment. I need to get on the ball here. Victor's Home Solutions, I know you had them out at your house for the free 21-point roof inspection. Victor's Home Solutions, absolute best company to call, no questions, hands down, if you're having problems with your roof. On-time appointments, clear and concise written estimates, an easy-to-follow timeline.
Call Victor's right now and get that free 21-point roof inspection. Free is the key word here. A free 21-point roof inspection. And when they come out, talk to the representative, ask all the questions you want, and bring up the 50-year leak-free guarantee. That's right, 50-year leak-free guarantee. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS, or go online, victors.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Lately, the market has been making some big moves, and not all in the right direction. If you've been watching the numbers and wondering what it all means for your retirement, you're not alone. At Howard Bailey Financial, we plan for times like this. The truth is, a volatile day on Wall Street can feel a lot different when you're getting closer to retirement. That's why right now is the right time to take a fresh look at your portfolio, and Howard Bailey can help. Are you taking on more risk than you realize? Are you diversified in a way that makes sense for where you are in life? Find out today with the help of our free Market Volatility Guide. Visit retirewithpurpose.com to download your free guide and learn more about what market shifts may mean for you. That's retirewithpurpose.com. Together, let's make sure your plan is built to weather whatever comes next. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
At Hendricks, your cancer care is in the details.
You have questions, and our dedicated clinicians and expert oncologists will answer them.
You have hills to climb,
and we are going to climb them.
You have dreams, and we're here to help you chase them. You have cancer, and you have all the expertise,
the determination, and the kindness of the entire Hendricks team.
Backed by Mayo Clinic expertise.
It's not just cancer care.
It's Teresa Care. Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Well, we're coming to your city.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So tomorrow you and I will be in Avon before our show.
Yes.
From 11 to 1 at the Indy Moore tent sale, U.S. Highway 36 in Avon.
Avon, man, that's a popular area. Like Rockville
Dude.
Road, 36, all of those restaurants right there.
Anybody that's working at Andy Moore right now, they're having us out there. I got a man van that I would kind of like to. You've heard me say this before. We don't need the minivan anymore. We've got teenagers almost, right?
Correct.
So I drive the man van to and from work. It's paid off, but I don't know. Maybe I like to drive a truck to work instead.
You try
You
not
know?
to look like Tim Walz when you're pulling into the parking garage here. Pulling up in the man van, Nigel gets out, chorus line kicks as he walks into the elevator.
Tampons falling out of the tailgate.
Tampon Laskowski.
I'm just saying. All right. And then Saturday, we're at the grand opening of the new Toyota store, Hubler Toyota in Greenwood.
US 31 South, we will be there, and maybe the Hubler Toyota folks and the Andy Moore folks can play Can You Top This when trying to come up with a better deal for Nige.
Oh,
let them compete against each other.
Okay.
Who wants the business of Big Nige?
Yeah, well, the fact that I don't have a car payment is probably indicative of the fact that I'm going to be driving the man van for quite some time.
All right, Tim Walz, that's fine. We look forward to those jazz hands when you walk into the studio.
That's what I do every time I get out of the man van. It's jazz hands and leg kicks. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I just did a pick six. 1 week from today, we're going to be at the Johnson County Fair.
Johnson!
That is the whole show. 3 until 7, the Farm Bureau building at the Johnson County Fair. I'm being told there's going to be a milkshake chugging contest. We're trying to get a bunch of guests lined up. They got a rodeo that starts after our show at 7.
We got to talk to the rodeo guys.
Yeah.
Those guys are...
Ooh.
I mean, have you seen the Dallas Buyers Club?
Well, JMV is right across the hall. He's looking like McConaughey these days with that weight loss. But next Thursday, baby, take some time off. Come out and hang out with Nige and I at the Johnson County Fair. We're going to be at the Farm Bureau building. Man, I love it when we go on the road. Going on the road is fun, man.
They serve beer at the Johnson County Fair?
Oh, I bet they do. I bet they have some awesome beverages out there. We'll make it a beer sample Thursday if we have to. A Thirsty Thursday. How about that?
All right.
Want to feel old? Like, you really want to feel old?
I'd love to. Yeah, please make me feel old at 49 years old.
These are things that happened 10 years ago this week. So this was now officially a decade ago. Jared from Subway got busted for being a pervert.
Oh, man.
The FBI raided his home here in Indiana.
Yeah, I remember all that. Yeah.
Now, you never got the picture with Diddy. You asked Diddy for a pic, and it never happened, right?
Yeah, in Vegas, yeah.
Consider that a blessing. Because I've got a picture with Jared somewhere at a Super Bowl event.
Around. Yeah.
It was Colts were playing the Saints at that Super Bowl. It was the second one down in Miami. Subway was a sponsor, and they had the big Super Bowl party. And I'm telling you, one day when Chris Hammer runs for governor, his dad was friends with Jared Fogle. Like a picture of me with Jared at the freaking Super Bowl party. Also, 10 years ago this week, the fireworks incident between Jason Pierre-Paul and C.J. Wilson, the football players.
No, they both lost fingers.
Dude.
Didn't they?
Pierre-Paul lost.
Well, Pierre-Paul, was the... I don't know about that other guy. But
Pierre-Paul was a badass.
No, but he was a badass, but he lost his hand almost.
Right. He went full Chubbs Peterson.
And he would still play in the NFL game, and he would still play in the games, and it would look like a club.
That's right. 10.
They wrapped it up like a club.
Can't believe it's been 10 years. Lucasfilm announced they were going to make a Han Solo spinoff movie. And everybody was really excited until we watched the Han Solo spinoff movie. Solo was a turd.
Yeah, on Disney, the platform.
No, this was out at the theater. Like the Solo movie. It was a standalone movie.
Was it really? I don't even remember that.
That tells you all you need to know about the Solo movie. And Minions was the big hit at the box office.
I get that.
10 years ago.
I get that.
So that, my friends, if that doesn't make you feel old, I don't know what does.
If you're about ready to file for Social Security, you better be doing things the right way, or you could stand to lose as much as 23% of your benefits. The average person could lose even more than that, $100,000 in lifetime income if you don't file the right way. Now, discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy, right here in Indy. We trust Bill. You can too.
So, if you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now. Keyword is free with Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. He will customize a report specifically for you so you can get every penny out of Social Security. And it's free. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 for Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available, or save up to $4,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota, or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Gunfire in Wabash County today. Partly cloudy and 87 in the Circle City with lows tonight in the 70s. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:32. A confrontation happened at around 9 this morning in Silver Lake.
So at the request of the Wabash County Sheriff's Office, the Indiana State Police is investigating a police-involved shooting that resulted in the death of a man from Silver Lake, Indiana.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass says that man, Dale White, had multiple warrants out for his arrest and pointed his gun at a Wabash City police officer who fired his gun and killed White. Sometimes staying out of trouble comes down to having one parent or two. Reverend Malachi Walker, who leads Young Men Inc., says he sees how single-parent families struggle in his community.
These young men, 90% of them are from single-parent homes, where their mother or grandmother or maybe a dad raising them by themselves. And a lot of them they are below the poverty level.
Earlier today, Indy's Fraternal Order of Police donated $5,000 to his group, which runs summer camps teaching kids discipline and respect for their community and law enforcement. The organization's been active for 30 years. Hundreds of thousands of Ford and Lincoln vehicles are being recalled because the low-pressure fuel pump may fail, and that can lead to an engine stall while driving, which can cause a crash. The company said it does not have a fix for the issue yet, but plans to start notifying owners about the safety risk by mail next week. The man accused of trying to kill President Trump in Florida is not happy with his lawyers. Fox's Eben Brown.
Ryan Wesley Ruth is hoping the federal district judge in Fort Pierce, Florida, will allow him to get rid of federal public defender attorneys and represent himself as he faces trial for attempting to kill then-candidate Donald Trump. In September of last year, Ruth is accused of hiding in the hedges at the Trump West Palm Beach Golf Club with a firearm. He was spotted by a Secret Service agent who kept one hole ahead on the course while the president played. The judge did not rule on the change of representation, but did say she saw no reason to believe the existing counsel was ineffective. Ruth's trial is scheduled for September 8th. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
And dropping a new album tomorrow is Justin Bieber. Bieber had been recording for the album in Iceland. It's his first album since 2021 when he released Justice. It's 3:34. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Oh, man, I think it'd be super cool to go to Symphony on the Prairie and check out Tusk, which is the Fleetwood Mac tribute band. And if you're a AAA member, you get big savings on those summer night concerts. 20% off tickets to any show. AAA, saving you money on outdoor music and vacations.
Going to Symphony on the Prairie, always fun. Same with going on vacation. And AAA members, you save when you have a AAA membership. You get vacation discounts, hotels, rental cars, and even complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you're running into trouble out on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, lock your keys in the car, whatever. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today or buy somebody you love a membership. Visit AAA.com or give them a call at 844-GO. AAA Go, or stop by any AAA office.
With traffic, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. The ramp is closed because of a crash, and this was a jackknife semi that spilled wood all over the interstate and the exit ramp here. It looks like an entire lumber yard, and it's going to take forever to clean up. Right now, the ramp is closed. It's eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue because of this crash. You can always get out early at Emerson and use that instead. Northeast side, northbound at 465 at East 75th, a stall blocking the right lane, stopping traffic back to I-70, a 28-minute delay. Southbound 65-70 downtown, construction delay from the north split to the south split. That's a 4-minute delay. And eastbound 70, delayed 4 minutes. Out Belmont Avenue to the south split. Crash southbound Keystone Avenue before East 52nd, blocking the right lane. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
As we make our way into Thursday night, get ready for a couple of clouds around. Otherwise, a pretty good viewing of the full moon this evening, which is called the buck moon this time of year. Low temperature around 73 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. Leave for comfortable viewing positions if you do end up wanting to take a look outside this evening. As we move into tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy sky with a high temperature around 92 degrees. Only a 10 to 15% chance of showers. Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Junior Sutis for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
All right, DHS. That's Department of Homeland Security Hammer. The secretary is Kristi Noem, former governor of South Dakota. I believe one of the only governors in the United States, one of the only few, and correct me if I'm wrong on this in the chat, she did not shut the state down at all. Something she pointed out when she was kind of battling back and forth with DeSantis.
The COVID stuff.
The COVID stuff back in 2020. Anyway, she's now the DHS secretary. She hit hard back at CNN this morning after CNN accused her of slowing the process of responding to those devastating Texas floods in Central Texas.
That's been CNN's whole angle, is that Kristi Noem and the Trump administration, they're dragging their feet. They're not helping people. Well, today, Kristi Noem went on with Griff Jenkins and Charles Hurt on Fox, and they asked her about it.
Got a report accusing you of slowing the process. Would you like to respond to that?
Well, there you go. Fake news. CNN, again, is absolutely trash what they are doing by saying that, because our Coast Guard, our Border Patrol, BORTAC teams were there immediately. Every single thing I was on, they asked for, we were there. The governor and the emergency management director, Nim Kidd, are fantastic. And nobody there has said anything about that they didn't get everything that they wanted immediately or that they needed. And I'm proud of the work that we've done to support that. But, we've got flooding going on in New Mexico as well, right. North Carolina. So I've been visiting with their leadership team and spent quite a bit of time on the phone yesterday with the New Mexico governor. The fact that CNN is continuing to be political and push out fake information and false information and lies is not shocking, but it's a disservice to the country. It's a real disservice to the country because people start to mistrust anything that comes out then over the news.
Yeah.
Start?
But not shocking is
Right.
the word that she said. And it has been heartening to see the influx of volunteers and rescue people and recovery people that have been coming in. There's somebody from Indiana we talked about. There's a team from Indiana.
Indiana Task Force 1.
Going down. And by all accounts, every report we've read, the federal government has been very involved, heavily involved in what's going on in Texas to that response. Unlike, I believe, what happened with the hurricane residual effects in North Carolina during the Biden administration.
Oh, that is still a mess
night and
in
day.
parts.
It's night and day.
Yeah, parts of western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, like the big main stretch of road was washed away. I mean, it was a total disaster. It was tough to get in. And some of those folks are still waiting to rebuild. You're absolutely right. This response has been a lot better than what happened during that Hurricane Helene. And you're also right about it's so refreshing, and I hate to use that word, but it is, to see people rushing to help. I love seeing that. You don't see it a lot.
Yeah, and one of the things I remember reading about in North Carolina, those floods, the hurricane aftermath, was that they weren't relying on the government. Now, I'm not saying that the government doesn't have a role. They shouldn't have a role. They need to have a role. That FEMA needs to be in there, and it sounds like they're doing a great job in Texas. But the locals, the people, the volunteers that are coming in from all parts of the country.
You don't hear enough about that stuff.
Not at all.
What you do hear about are people like this pediatrician in Texas that was fired because she put a post out on social media basically saying that the victims were Trump supporters and they got what they voted for.
Oh, Camp Mystic? The girls?
Yeah, the families were predominantly Trump supporters in Texas, so they deserve to have dead children, basically.
She got fired. I would say I'm not for cancel culture, but I'm saying she probably should have been fired for that.
Well, now, Nige, Dr. Christina Probst.
Oh, is that her name?
Addressed the now deleted comments that she put out on social media, claiming that when she put it out there, she didn't know anybody died.
Oh, bullshit.
Whoa.
She's walking back her comments because they got blown up and went viral all over the place. And now she's saying, when I put that out there, I didn't know anybody died.
Here's the statement
man.
she
we
put
knew
out.
People were missing and dead right away.
This is from Dr. Christine Probst. Quote, I speak to you as a mother, a neighbor, a pediatrician, and a human being who is deeply sorry. I take full responsibility for a social media comment I made before we knew that so many precious lives were lost to that terrible tragedy in Central Texas.
Don't make an excuse, okay? Don't make an excuse. You said you're sorry. I take full responsibility. Okay, I can deal with that. I can listen to that. I can give a little bit of grace. But don't make an excuse and say, we didn't know that there was no lives lost when I said that. What difference does that make?
Does that somehow make things better, Dr. Probst? No. Stewie Griffin, your thoughts?
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but you're a total bitch.
Thank you. I mean, Stewie has never been more correct than that right there.
I mean, what possible excuse could you have to make those comments other than you're an irrational Trump hater? It doesn't. You knew people lost their lives, but to come as like she actually sounds sincere. I'm a mother, a neighbor, pediatrician, a human being. I'm deeply sorry. I take full responsibility for the comment I made, but I didn't know anybody died. There's no but.
And she's only sorry she got caught. Had nobody seen that and had it not gone viral, do you think she would go back the day after and go, well, I better delete that?
No.
Not a chance. No way. Caller number 9 right now, 239-9393. Tickets to go see the Bare Naked Ladies along with Sugar Ray and Fastball. They are coming to the Everwise Amphitheater July 20th. You know what game we're playing, but you got to be caller number 9, 239-9393.
Can't say enough good things about Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They did such an amazing job. My new Galaxy Concrete coated garage floor is out of this world. In fact, they did such a great job, and my floor looks super different than it did before, by the way. Just absolutely night and day. They did such a great job that I had it back out to my house to do the concrete floor in my utility room, which looks fantastic as well. So whether it's your garage, your basement, pool deck, any indoor, outdoor area concrete, call Galaxy Concrete Coatings, 751-9070 or galaxyconcretecoatings.com.
It's Andy Moore's Summer Tent Sale in Avon. 4 days only, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. You'll find more savings, more selection, more than 1,000 used cars priced to move, plus our lowest lease deals of the summer. Shop Andy Moore Avon Nissan, Kia, Toyota, and Volkswagen, all packed under one tent on Rockville Road, East US Highway 36. Get more for your money, only at Andy Moore Avon and online at andymore.com.
Quality Supply and Tool, your premier supplier of construction equipment, tools, and supplies, is looking for drivers to serve out of their Indianapolis location. They're currently accepting applications for both CDL and non-CDL drivers. Quality Supply and Tool offers competitive pay to qualified applicants. Please contact Brian Myers for more information at 317-690-2016. That's Brian Myers at Quality Supply and Tool, 317-690-2016. 317-690-2016.
Guys, Hammer and Nigel here. Don't live with tiredness and low energy. Get your life back with testosterone therapy at Low T Center. Take the test, get fast results, and start TRT with Indianapolis' leading experts in men's health.
Now it's easier than ever with the new Synergen X Health app, an innovation in healthcare technology you won't find anywhere else. Download right now or book an appointment while the test is still free at fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning, an independent American Standard Platinum customer care dealer. Jim Scott is the owner, and he's ready to take his success into Boone and Hamilton counties.
We have a lot of high-quality equipment. We do high-quality jobs. We do our own duct fabrications. We have service contracts. So with the value that we built because of our 5-star rating, the other counties, as much growth as there is, there's just not enough contractors.
Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning, 765-601-1461. Jim's is your trusted local independent American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. Destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
July is here, so you know what that means. The golf outing powered by Franciscan Health is almost teeing off. Join us Thursday, August 7th at the Legends Golf Club in Franklin. Grab your crew for a day full of big swings and good times. Sign up now at 1075thefan.com.
About to give away some concert tickets, but first, Matt Bear, what's going on with the roads?
All right, Hammer, the ramp is closed eastbound 70 to Shadeland Avenue. A semi jackknifed and spilled wood all over the interstate. There's a lot of wood here, guys, and right now the ramp is closed at the top. If you need to exit, you can always go down to Emerson Avenue, 465 in this case, as you head eastbound away from downtown. Southbound 6570 is stopped from the north split down to the south split. That's a 9-minute delay. Eastbound 70 delayed 6 minutes from Harding Street into the south split. South side, northbound 65 slows after South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Northeast side, northbound 465, a stall before I-69. The right lane is blocked and traffic is stop and go back to I-70, a 24-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now with Dream Baths by B. Get 2 bathroom remodels for the price of 1, plus a free entry door and 24 months same as cash with 0 interest. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Matt, I'm going to need more information. Where, again, is the wood?
The wood is, it's on the exit ramp from eastbound 70 to Shadeland Avenue. What happened? A semi jackknifed and spilled its load all over the interstate, and then so now there's lumber. It looks like wood pallets.
I thought you said it was on 69.
No. Eastbound 72 Shadeland
Okay.
Avenue. Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
That's
Thank you.
there's a lot of wood here, gentlemen. I believe is a quote from Matt Bear. It's what I used to say when I showed up at a party and it was nothing but dudes. A lot of wood here.
90 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and it's time to play Bare Naked Ladies or Symptoms of Rabies.
Now, time to play Bare Naked Ladies.
Hi, we're Bare Naked Ladies.
Or Symptoms of Rabies.
Rabies is one of the most terrifying diseases known to humans.
She's got rabies. She's foaming at the mouth.
Bare Naked Ladies or Symptoms of Rabies on the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Sean was caller number 9. Sean, how the heck are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good,
buddy.
You like Bare Naked Ladies or Sugar Ray or Fastball? Any of the 3 you like, Sean?
Yes, I like Sugar Ray for sure.
All right, cool. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to play a little game here called Bare Naked Ladies or Symptoms of Rabies. I'm going to give you either Bare Naked Ladies lyrics or actual symptoms of rabies. You get 2 out of 3. We're going to send you to the concert, okay?
All right.
Here we go. Number 1. Math, science, history, unraveling the mysteries that all started with the Big Bang. Bare Naked Ladies or Symptom of Rabies?
That's the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yes, it is. It's the theme song to the Big Bang Theory. All right, get this one right.
Is it really?
We're going to have a party. Bare Naked Ladies or Symptoms of Rabies? Swelling.
I'll go with rabies with that one.
Yeah! Let's go! Sean, congratulations. You and a guest are going to the Bare Naked Ladies, Sugar Ray, and Fastball Show, July 20th, Everwise Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now, but you don't have to buy tickets, Sean. You're going for free.
Heck yeah, thank you guys.
You got it.
Do you remember Fastball? They had a couple of hits. The Way.
Out of My Head.
Yeah, Out of My Head. That's right. And then Sugar Ray, I've had the chance to interview Mark McGrath a couple of times. Down to earth, coolest guy you'll ever meet.
Chicks dig Mark McGrath.
I remember, I was in Vegas. I think it was the same time when I ran into Diddy and asked him for a pic.
Sure.
And I go, how much money you got in your wallet right now? Just out of nowhere. I don't know why I asked that. He pulled out his wallet. I mean, just $100 bills like that thick, like a Big Mac.
How many Sugar Ray songs do you think you could name? Allison, in our folder somewhere, I think we've got like a Sugar Ray montage. Like there are a couple big mega hits that we played on the radio like every 5 minutes.
I mean, Fly is their...
Right, that's the signature song.
Signature.
That was the one that kind of put him on the map. I don't know if you can find it or not. You got it? All right. Nige, honor system as always. Just like what we would do with Allison. Tell me if you've heard these songs.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Fly. Signature song. I used to love this song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This was a big one. Every Morning.
Yep.
That's the time I
fall in love again.
Someday, when my life
Yeah.
This was a ZPL hit.
Yeah.
I like this song, too.
Oh, that's a remake.
Yeah.
God, what was their...
What are you thinking?
They had a... oh, my God. Mean Machine? Remember Mean Machine?
It was a little harder.
Yeah.
Because Sugar
That's
Ray
what I'm
originally
thinking
was
of.
like a hard rocking band.
Mean Machine is the other one I'm thinking of.
But their first hit was like this poppy kind of fly.
Yeah.
And then when everybody discovered their other music, they were like, well, I don't like that at all. So they kind of had to become, more poppy as the band went on. Allison, yes or no? Would you make it run at Mark McGrath?
I have to Google him. I don't know who he is.
Oh,
come on. You've seen him before.
He's hosted a bunch of stuff,
Inside
too,
Edition host. He's been like all over the place.
I'll say yes.
He's 57 years old.
You could talk Allison into a lot of stuff, apparently. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com. Fostech is the family-owned business that makes incredible firearms right here in Indiana. Fostech, created by 2 career firefighters and 1 U.S. Air Force veteran. They create special, unique firearms, American craftsmanship meeting cutting-edge technology. Their Origin 12 shotgun is the envy of the industry, and all their products are designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Visit Fostech to find a dealer near you, or follow Fostech on Facebook and Instagram at Fostech_Inc. Fostech, Fostech, Fostech.com.
You hear that? That's Mike, sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Join Hammer and Nigel this Saturday from 11 to 1 at the grand opening of the new Hubler Toyota, 8055 US 31 South. There will be food trucks on site, raffles, giveaways, and more. That's this Saturday with Hammer and Nigel at Hubler Toyota.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-239-1749, 800-239-1749, or biglou.com.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across Central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Reinhardt Heating and Cooling? Find that American Standard air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, who got a donation in Indianapolis today and why? A police officer fired his gun this morning in Indiana. You'll hear what state police say they know so far, and what high schools are being told to do in emergency cardiac situations. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 4 o'clock.
Mass layoffs move forward. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The Supreme Court's recent near-unanimous decision allows the reorganization to commence.
State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce says the plan to streamline states will be implemented quickly
and will ensure that the department moves at the speed of relevancy and restores the department to its roots of results-driven democracy.
Hundreds of staffers could be eliminated, the Supreme Court refusing to block government downsizing while legal fights over the plans continue. The Trump administration just announcing new restrictions on government benefits for illegal immigrants, affecting multiple programs, including Head Start and mental health support and federally funded food assistance, arguing the taxpayer-funded benefits should be for American citizens. At least 2 more bodies recovered today along the Guadalupe River in Texas.
At least 120 people have died and more than 170 are still missing.
Fox's Christina Coleman in Kerr County.
Authorities say the top priority is finding those still missing, and there's also a focus on how to better prepare for the flooding in this area. At the top of the state's agenda for the next special legislative session is listed flood warning systems, emergency communications, and relief funding. So those items will be addressed.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says local officials decide flood warning systems for communities and that budget cuts and staff reductions did not interfere with the federal response. Pushback from the White House after a new report that some of Iran's underground stockpile of near weapons-grade enriched uranium survived U.S. and Israeli airstrikes. The New York Times citing a senior Israeli official. The White House repeating President Trump's insistence Iran's nuclear facilities were obliterated. A record day on Wall Street. The Dow up 192 at the bell, new highs for the S&P and the NASDAQ. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An Indianapolis group gets a boost from the city's Fraternal Order of Police. Cloudy and 88 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with some light rain on radar south of Indy. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. At the donation ceremony today, FOP President Rick Snyder asked Young Men Inc. kids there to raise their hands if violence had touched their lives in any way. Almost every hand went up.
I mean, you got kids here and young men ranging in ages from 8 to about 16. And you guys saw it for yourself. I think every hand went up in the group.
Reverend Malachi Walker, who leads the group, says funding cuts have made it tough to cover basic needs for their summer camp. The donation was for $5,000, something Walker says will be a big help. A man was killed at a home in Silver Lake around 9 this morning. State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass details what happened.
Members of the Wabash County Sheriff's Office, Wabash City Police Department, Wabash County ERT, and Kosciuszko County SWAT went to a residence in the 200 block of Crappie Road to serve a search warrant.
He says the man inside the home, Dale White, had a gun and pointed it at a Wabash County officer, so that officer fired his gun at White. White was hit by a bullet and later died. No one else was hurt. Glass says state police are handling the investigation now. $2.99 a gallon is the statewide average for gas today, says Gas Buddy. That's 16 cents lower than the national average. A response plan for high schools and emergency cardiac situations. Johnette Cruz reports.
When cardiac arrest happens, minutes count.
Christina Sesnick from the American Heart Association.
Being able to say, this is where our AED is, this is the person who's going to grab it and bring it.
Indiana House Bill 1515, signed into law by Governor Mike Braun, is also known as Jake's Law. It was named in honor of Jake West, a 17-year-old who died of cardiac arrest back in 2013 on a high school football field in LaPorte, Indiana. Now all schools will be mandated to have a cardiac emergency response plan for all school events. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And 3 new designated outdoor refreshment areas have opened in Muncie, allowing people ages 20 21 and up to buy alcoholic beverages from participating bars and restaurants and enjoy them within designated boundaries. Muncie city leaders say this will enhance the vibrancy of the city's cultural and entertainment hubs while also helping out local businesses. It's 4:04, your traffic and weather next.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight, and his cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend lost 20 pounds her first 2 months.
What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Seminars Thursday, July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
With traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, the ramp reopened from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. A semi jackknifed and spilled wood all over the exit ramp, and the ramp was closed. It's reopened with the right lane block. Cleanup is going to take forever, okay? At least through the majority of evening rush, and we'll keep an eye on it, of course. Looking at southbound 6570, stop-and-go traffic from the north split to the south split. That's because of construction, delayed 7 minutes. Northeast side, northbound 465 at East 75th. It is a stall blocking the right lane, slowing us down to I-70, delay at 17 minutes. At eastbound 70, stop-and-go from Tibbs into the south split, a 10-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
As we make our way into Thursday night, get ready for a couple of clouds around. Otherwise, a pretty good viewing of the full moon this evening, which is called the buck moon this time of year. Low temperature around 73 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. Leave for comfortable viewing positions if you do end up wanting to take a look outside this evening. As we move into tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy sky with a high temperature around 92 degrees. Only a 10 to 15% chance of showers. Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Junior Sutis for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock!
One of the things I did like about Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill that he signed over 4th of July holiday is B-2 bombers flew over the White House was all the energy stuff. It's amazing. Millions of acres for gas and coal and nuclear energy. And it looks like Governor Mike Braun has been working here at the state level with nuclear energy in Indiana.
So the governor put out a tweet that said, quote, "The future belongs to states that can meet the growing demand for energy, and Indiana is ready." Okay. Yesterday, we celebrated big wins that unleash our energy capacity with an all-of-the-above strategy, including nuclear energy, affordable, reliable, Hoosier-made power for generations to come.
Come on.
Now, before anybody gets either excited or freaks out, because people are on both sides of the aisle
Who's
here.
Who's freaking out about nuclear?
It's going to be a while, okay? And there's a good chance, depending on how long Mike Braun is the governor, this will go past his time in office. Because it's not like you can just snap your fingers and next thing you know, in Whiteland, bada bing, bada boom, there's a couple nuke facilities. That's not how it works. So if you're wondering when this could happen, the Senate enrolled Act number 423 and said that eligible sites for this pilot program would require the approval of the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. They haven't even scheduled meetings yet. This is a long, tedious process. So it's not going to look like Homer Simpson Springfield anytime soon.
I understand that, but who's freaking out about nuclear energy? Is it people that have watched documentary after documentary after documentary about Chernobyl in Ukraine from '86? Like, are these the people that are like, oh no, don't get me wrong. I don't know if it was actually a sophisticated. I'm just saying, I've watched documentaries on Chernobyl. It probably would be a little bit different modern day than it was in 1986 when all that went down. There may have been more protocols in place, more safety aspects.
Sure.
But are those the people that are freaking out about nuclear energy?
Sure. And there's always the folks that feel like once you put nuclear facilities somewhere, you become a target for terror attacks. You become a target for these other things. There's a number of reasons why these folks are upset, but everybody just kind of needs to chill out a little bit because it's going to be a while, right? The announcement's been made. Everybody can cheer or boo or whatever you want to do, but the real reality is the Colts will probably win another Super Bowl before any of this stuff is actually up and functioning here in Indiana.
Oh, so you're saying like 70 years from now? Is that?
I said what I said, Notch. I said what I said. I'm not sure if this is a feud or not. I don't think it qualifies as a feud, but a CNN reporter is claiming that Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, paused the military aid to Ukraine without clearing it with Donald Trump, and that created a little friction. Take a listen to this report from CNN's National Security Advisor, Natasha Bertrand.
What we're told is that Secretary of Defense Hegseth did not actually inform the White House prior to approving that pause on the weapon shipments. And that pause actually came about because President Trump last month, when he was on a trip to NATO with Secretary of Defense Hegseth, with Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, he asked them for essentially a state of play when it comes to the U.S. weapon stockpiles because, of course, Iran and Israel were attacking each other and U.S. troops in the Middle East were put at risk. And so he essentially wanted an assessment of, hey, do we have enough in the region in order to protect U.S. troops if they need to defend themselves? But Secretary of Defense Hegseth then kind of delegated that request down to the Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, Albridge Colby, who ultimately himself made that recommendation to pause this weapons shipment. But Secretary Hegseth ultimately did sign off on it. Now, after all of that, we're told that pause was not actually told to the White House in real time. The White House found out about it in large part through press reports, including Secretary of State Rubio, who is also the president's national security advisor, was not looped in on this beforehand. And so we're told that after he found out about this pause, Trump actually pressed Hegseth to release at least part of that shipment of Patriot interceptors to the Ukrainians.
Now, I don't believe a word of it. It's CNN, and that's all I need to say.
Okay.
I don't care. That doesn't. She was saying a lot of words there. That was like a total word salad. I don't believe any of it.
Now, the Secretary of Defense assistant, Sean Purnell, denying it, said this story is a complete fabrication.
Yes.
Pentagon Press Secretary Kingsley Cortez says this is a nothing burger. But just to play devil's advocate here, let me look at the other side. It's not that Donald Trump loves Ukraine. He's so pissed off at Putin right now. He's so angry at Putin right now. I guess he had a phone call with Zelensky recently and said, all right, fine, because he's ticked off at Putin. And then having to find out, allegedly, via a social media post or a news report that shipment was paused, that ticked off the old man.
I don't believe that Donald Trump found out something of that high priority through a social media post. I just don't believe it. Some wires are getting crossed somewhere, possibly, but nothing happens in that administration in the West Wing without Donald Trump's approval. I don't believe it. And look, if we're running short on ammunition here in the United States, if we're, I think that was one of the things they were talking about. Like we're worried about our own stockpile here.
Right.
Good.
True.
Good. But if I absolutely don't believe anything that CNN has to say at all.
For what it's worth, this is the reporter that Trump said should be fired for sharing, quote, classified low-confidence intelligence reports on the Iranian strikes. That's the same reporter. So take that for what you will. How often do you get on the website tropicalfruit.com, Nigel?
Never heard of it.
Tropicalfruit.com. They've broken the internet here with this one.
Okay.
They have ranked the top 10 cereals of all time. Top 10 cereals.
Oh, we're going to get into a long, lengthy discussion about this.
This is almost a bargument. You know, we do barguments on Friday. I'm going to go backwards from 10 here. Number 10, Frosted Flakes. Number 9, Fruit Loops. Number 8, Lucky Charms. Number 7, Wheaties.
Wheaties?
Number 6, Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. Number 5, Honeycomb. Number 4, Cinnamon Life.
Love Cinnamon Life.
Number 3, Fruity Pebbles. Number 2, Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah.
And coming in at number 1, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh. Would you change the order in any of those?
I don't like Cinnamon Life. I know it's one of your faves. I'm not a fan. I would have to put Fruit Loops substantially higher. I think I'd flip-flop Cinnamon Life and Fruit Loops from 4 to 9.
Frosted Flakes is awfully low for me. That's awfully low at number 10. That's top 5.
Captain Crunch is better without the Crunch Berries. Fight me for that opinion.
Yeah,
That's a hill that I will die
I don't
on.
need the Crunch Berries.
No, not at all.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I mean, you can't go wrong.
No. Pops are good. Apple Jacks are good. But who are you going to replace here? So
I love how all the sugar, like Wheaties is the only healthy cereal.
Right.
Probably just because all the Olympic athletes they have pictured on there.
Right. We all grew up with,
cereal.
like, you know, the athletes on the box,
Mary
and that was
Lou
a big
Retton,
deal.
yeah.
Walter Payton, all that stuff. This brings us to great moments in cereal history. The scene in Friday where Craig poured himself a big bowl of cereal but didn't have any milk.
Hey. What are you doing? I'm throwing this away. We ain't even got no milk. You better put some water on that.
Better put some water on that. Great moments in cereal history. This was a viral trend a couple years ago. People were putting their cereal in the freezer to get it real cold. Not frozen, just real cold before they ate it.
I seen somebody do this, and it better be good, because if I just put my bowl of cereal in the freezer for no reason, I have something. Here goes nothing. Oh, yeah.
Now,
you just play that last soundbite.
If you've ever wondered what it sounded like the night of Nigel's honeymoon, it's this.
Oh, yeah.
Great moments in cereal history. Matt Bear.
Northeast side, northbound 465 at East 75th, a breakdown blocking the right lane and traffic stop and go back to I-70, a 15-minute delay. Now, there's a crash on the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. A semi-jackknife and spilled wood all over the interstate. The ramp is open with the left lane getting by at the moment, but cleanup's going to take. Evening rush, there's just wood all over the place. Also on the east side, southbound 465 stop and go from 70 to 74. Southbound 65, 70 stopped from the north split to the south split because of construction, delayed 14 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go Belmont into the south split. That's delayed 6 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's either me on my honeymoon or after Thanksgiving at dinner.
Oh, yeah. 88 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We got a fun round of Is This Anything coming up, but right now we need about 50 650 of you awesome, sexy Hoosiers to jump on that YouTube chat. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Why? Because we get in trouble if we don't get a bunch of them. And you don't want us to get in trouble. When we get into trouble, then we have to have more Rob Kendall on this radio station because we're suspended, and nobody wants that. So please, go to the WIBC YouTube page. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. And I promise you, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Zach from Ingledow Tree Experts. When it comes to the health and beauty of your trees, trust Ingledow Tree Experts. Our certified arborists ensure your trees are trimmed, removed, and cared for with precision. Summer is the perfect time to schedule fall pruning. Call now for your free estimate and let us handle the hard work. 317-903-0102 or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com for more information. Ingledow Tree Experts, where your trees come first.
Scary to think about how the Social Security Administration just announced that they are now projected to run out of money a year earlier than expected. So your benefits could be cut by as much as 23%, and the average person could lose more than $100,000 in lifetime income. You need to grab what's yours. You need to squeeze every dime out of Social Security with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery. He'll figure it all out for you. He's your retirement guy.
I've met with Bill Demery, and he breaks things down in a way that you can understand. So, if you've not yet filed for Social Security, what are you waiting for? Schedule your free analysis right now with Bill Demery. Free. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. I've met with Bill. He's an awesome dude. Set up that free analysis meeting right now. 317-648-5120 for Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Road trip.
This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
As an IT professional, you have the opportunity to guarantee your data security, participate in 100% landfill-free disposal, and have peace of mind with R2 V3 certifications. Technology Recyclers provides guaranteed complete data destruction, 100% landfill-free disposal, and the certification to back it up. Protect your data while saving the planet. Receive a free pickup of your e-waste from Technology Recyclers. Visit tech-recyclers.com. That's tech-recyclers.com.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's Andy Moore's summer tent sale in Avon. 4 days only, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. You'll find more savings, more selection, more than 1,000 used cars priced to move, plus our lowest lease deals of the summer. Shop Andy Moore, Avon, Nissan, Kia, Toyota, and Volkswagen, all packed under one tent on Rockville Road, East US Highway 36. Get more for your money, only at Andy Moore Avon and online at andymore.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's Office here in Indiana. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. See if you got some money floating out there. Fast, easy, and free. All you have to do is search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Meant to get to this yesterday. We got a little bit behind, but I want to make sure we talk about this today. There's a video going viral of this guy that got drunk at a golf course. He was playing really slow, was getting really mouthy, and decided to pick a fight against the guy. Well, the guy he chose to pick a fight against is a former NHL hockey goon.
Oops.
He was one of the enforcers. Former New York Ranger Nick Ternasky.
I've seen this.
And the drunk guy's buddy is trying to play peacemaker, but the drunk guy just won't shut up. And shockingly, the NHL guy beat the crap out of him.
You guys need to get off the golf course. You're not scaring anybody. Come on, man. I told you. Man, leave him alone. You want to know? You want to? Leave him alone. Hey, you want to go, guys? Hey, leave him alone, man. Hey, bang. Come on, man. Bang. Get
Pummeling him.
Hey. Enough. Get him the out of here.
Yeah, that's something, and I just retweeted it at Hammer Nigel on X. It's not even close. He like throws him into the pond.
Right.
The NFL, the NHL guy does. And the drunk guy gets back up to his, I guess to his credit, he's not backing down. Every time he's getting pummeled by this NHL enforcer. Is that what you had?
Enforcer or goon, either one.
And he keeps, and I think the guy that got beat up, if I'm not mistaken, watching it again, it's so funny.
He's so mouthy to this guy,
This
though.
is on the golf course, and this guy was playing too slow, and they finally had enough of it. There's nothing worse than a group of people playing slow in front of you, but they must have come to blows, or it must have came to a head before that. It's so funny. And the drunk guy's friend trying to intermediate,
right,
is equally, it's such a great thing. And the guy totally deserved it.
Yes.
But the guy that got beat up like posted on social media, ooh, look, all I got was this little black eye. Dude, you got your ass whipped.
You got thrown into the water.
Yeah, right.
You were running your mouth and you got knocked out. Mike on the YouTube chat, the best was him saying bang every time he hit him.
Oh, man.
This anything? Some content creator in the UK isolated Ozzy Osbourne's live vocals from his final performance of Mama, I'm Coming Home this past weekend.
Yeah, Ozzy had the last concert of his career he did some solo stuff, and then he did it with Black Sabbath.
So again, isolated vocals of Ozzy this past weekend. Take a listen.
Times have changed and times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home. Time go by, seems to me you could have been a better friend to me. Mama, I'm coming
Okay, I think we've got it.
Sounds
here.
like Joe Biden in the shower. That shows you how I don't know, inauthentic sometimes these concerts can be. They put
they
you
can
through
mask a lot of stuff.
They put you through a lot of filters, and of course, that honestly, it sounded like me in the shower singing "Mama, I'm Coming Home."
Those people probably paid hundreds of dollars to hear that. Yet I get crap when we do Sing Along with Hammer for free. And I sound a hell of a lot better than whatever that was.
Now, I saw the original performance with instrumentation.
Yes.
It sounded a lot better than what we just played there.
Because you couldn't hear him. That's why. The music kind of drowned out Grandpa Biden there. Last one. Is this anything? A woman received hundreds of random Amazon packages over the past year, and they all contain the same thing: fake leather car covers. And Amazon has finally agreed to take all of them out of the garage that she's been storing them in. Here is the homeowner talking about getting these random packages of Amazon car covers.
It started with one package, and I was like, it's got my address, but it's not for me. And I went to my neighbors, and I was like, oh, did somebody accidentally put the wrong last digit? Nobody knew what it was. Oftentimes, the amount it costs to return it is about more than 50% of what they paid for it. And every time I was absolutely assured, this will stop. You won't get any more of these packages. You'll hear from us within 24 to 48 hours.
I say sell them. Set up an eBay account.
Discount car covers.
Yeah.
That's weird. Who keeps sending this woman the car covers?
Probably just some malfunction from a company, some glitch, and they never fixed the glitch.
We fixed the glitch.
You ever sold anything on eBay before? I sold like a Larry Bird signed basketball on eBay.
Did you?
A couple of years ago. I don't know. I got $40 or $50 for it, I think.
I don't think I ever have. No.
But yeah, that's what I'd start doing. If Amazon or you're not getting a bill for these things that people are randomly sending you, then, hey, hop on eBay.
Right.
Make a little dough.
Discount car covers. Buy them right now.
The Hendricks County 4-H Fair is back July 13th through the 19th in Danville. A state fair experience at county fair prices. Catch all the action with the truck and tractor pull, lawn and garden tractor pull, the championship rodeo, and the always wild demolition derby. Plus rides, games, and more at the Greatest Midway, brought to you by Drew Expositions. Get your discount tickets now at 4hcomplex.org. The Hendricks County 4-H Fair, July 13th through 19th. A state fair experience at county fair prices.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment, as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Could the president be in some trouble? Mostly sunny and 88 degrees on Monument Circle with some light rain on radar in southern Indiana. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:32. Threats on President Trump's life coming from Iran.
A senior advisor to Iran's Ayatollah who said this week Trump can no longer sunbathe in Mar-a-Lago because while he's lying down, a micro drone might target and strike him right in the navel. Well, fortunately, the president didn't seem overly concerned when asked about this menace. In the last fatwa against an American citizen, Salman Rushdie, nearly cost him his life when he was attacked on stage at New York's Chautauqua Institute.
That's Fox's Jillian Turner. Nearly a year ago, an Iranian assassination plot was uncovered a few weeks before the attempt on the president's life in Butler, Pennsylvania. The man accused of trying to kill the president in Florida at his West Palm Beach golf course wants to represent himself at his federal trial. Meanwhile, a man and woman in North Carolina have pleaded guilty to selling that man the rifle police say he pointed the gun through a fence at Trump International Golf Course last September. A man from Silver Lake in Wabash County had warrants out for his arrest. Police went to his home this morning.
Upon arrival at the residence, a male subject identified as Dale White, 65 years old, of Silver Lake, Indiana,
was located inside the residence.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass says White pulled out a gun and was shot by a Wabash City police officer. White ended up dying. That officer's now on administrative leave, which is standard protocol in situations like this. No one else was hurt. Earlier today, Indy's Fraternal Order of Police gave $5,000 to Young Men, Inc., a group that spent 30 years running summer camps to teach kids discipline and respect for their community and law enforcement.
I know that annually our FOP, we contribute usually over $100,000, invest that back into our community in various manners, whether it be Young Men, Inc., the Shop with the Cop that we do. We have one of the largest Shop with the Cops in the country.
FOP President Rick Snyder says some kids go through the program and later become police officers themselves. Carmel, Indiana has been ranked as the 5th best job market in the U.S. by Smart Asset. That's based on factors like unemployment rate, income growth, and commute time. Carmel was the only city in Indiana to make the top 5 list. And it's time for your WIBC closing bell report. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ both closed at record highs today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 192 points to 44,650. The S&P 500 finished up 17 points to 6,280. And the NASDAQ was 19 points higher at 20,630. It's 4:34. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license 199 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 7/31.
With traffic, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, I'm watching the cleanup on the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadelet Avenue where the semi spilled wood all over the interstate. They're cleaning it up, and right now the left lane is open, but that's it. So the exit's going to be a little bit tricky going from eastbound 72 Shadelet. Also, southbound 65 is 70. It's stopped downtown from the north split to the south split. It's delayed 6 minutes. Eastbound 70 slow from Belmont into the south split for a 5-minute delay. East side, northbound 465, stop and go traffic from I-70 up to 75th, southbound lane slow from 70 down to 74. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now with Dream Baths by B. Get 2 bathroom remodels for the price of 1, plus a free entry door in 24 months. Same as cash with 0 interest. Trust a local, trust employee owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Moving towards Friday, we're going to be partly cloudy with a high temperature around 92 degrees. Winds out of the southwest still at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and maybe a 10 to 15% chance of some showers in your local neighborhood. Moving into the evening hours, will remain mostly clear with a low temperature around 75 degrees. Winds still out of the southwest at 5 to 10. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Jenner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Okay, let's not waste any time, Allison. Let's crank up some legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
A Hammer, a federal judge, is blocking Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. Despite, did we go through all this last week? Despite the Supreme Court restricting the ability of judges to block Trump's policies?
This leftist judge found some sort of language loophole to dance around this.
Oh.
So now there's a lot of people wanting the Supreme Court to take this back up and actually come down with a bit of a strong authoritative hand on federal judge Joseph LaPlante here, because they were pulling this crap time after time until a couple of weeks ago when the SCOTUS got together and said, he's the commander-in-chief, he's the president of the United States, he's over you, suck it. Now, I'm paraphrasing there, but that's basically...
Thank you for clarifying that you're paraphrasing.
I believe that was the opinion written by Clarence Thomas. But now this federal judge, trying to be cute, saying, no, we are going to put an end to Donald Trump's birthright citizenship debate. And if the Supreme Court wants to get involved, they can get involved.
Yeah, there were two different things going on. There was the birthright citizenship thing for illegal immigrants, and then it was these rogue lower-level judges that were basically, putting the kibosh on these executive orders and rulings from the President of the United States. It was two different. There was two different stories going on there. And you're telling me this guy found a loophole?
Yes, found some tricky legal stuff.
It's tricky to rock around, time it's tricky.
Tricky legal stuff vernacular. Well done, by the way. And put this out. And it's another one of those situations where he knows it's going to be overruled by the Supreme Court. But, I can't stress this enough, he's an activist a-hole. So, he's going to do everything he can to tick off the orange man and obey his leftist overlords, because that's how this is playing out. More legal stuff here. Dateline Key West. I was in Key West last year.
How was it?
Cool. Man, it's really cool. So if you're into beaches per se, like sandy beaches, that's not Key West.
No?
It's a few, but it's more like land than the water, right? But it's got a great bar strip. Like if you're going to retire, that place would be it, man. Just an amazing bar strip for old dudes like us. Loved Key West. Dateline Key West. A guy was celebrating his 57th birthday, started smoking some meth, stole a trolley, and was driving around town picking up tourists. Was ultimately arrested and taken in. But my question to you, Nige, let's say we're doing the Hammer and Nigel show midlife crisis big group trip to Key West.
Yes.
And it's 11 o'clock at night. We're bar hopping. We got listeners with us. We got Allison with us. We're having a good time. And the guy pulling up on the trolley is hammered on meth.
Oh.
Would you still get on?
No.
I think I would.
No. You'd get on the meth trolley?
I'm on vacation. I'm here for an experience. I'm here for an adventure. I'm not the one driving it. And I feel like with the trolley, I always have the option of jumping off, right?
You could pull the string. Don't they have the string hanging down and pull it? It's like on Seinfeld when Kramer saved a woman's toe and he got on the butt. You were making all the stops?
Right.
I tried to rob him when he...
If your options are walking 3 blocks back to your car or... 3-4 blocks back to your hotel, or getting on the meth trolley for just a little bit. What are you doing?
I'm not getting on a meth trolley.
Allison, you're the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pass on that one.
Oh, come on. My God, it's like I'm with the Golden Girls in here. You guys are so old. My God. Live a little. Have some fun.
How would you know he was on meth? How would you know,
you'd know.
Like he opens up the door there and you get on and you look at the driver and you're saying, oh, you're on meth. I'm getting back off.
Nigel, I grew up in Beech Grove and went to school in Muncie.
Yeah?
I think I know somebody on meth when I see him. And I still think I'm getting on. Like I said, worst case scenario, if he's about to crash us into the ocean, I can jump off. Or maybe if we're about to run over a group of those roosters that are always crossing the road, we can jump off.
Did the police get the guy?
They did.
Eventually?
They ultimately did. Yes.
Okay, good.
So I'm doing a poll right now. Everybody jump to the YouTube chat, the WIBC YouTube chat. We got in-studio cameras. We have a live chat going on. It's WIBC's. Yes or no? Would you, for just a few blocks, get on the meth trolley.
Save you a couple blocks.
Right. It's late. You might be sweaty. It's hot. It's Key West. You're tired. Would you get on the meth trolley to either get back to your hotel or back to your car? Go to the WIBC chat right now.
I think this is a ridiculous proposal, and I don't think anybody's going to agree with you.
Let's see. Aaron, yes, the meth trolley. Thank you, Aaron.
Whatever, Aaron.
Ann, yes. Thank you, Ann. See, some folks want to live a little bit. Not everybody is Blanche and B. Arthur over here that I'm stuck in studio with. Looking for a reason to celebrate tonight. It's National Pina Colada Day, Nige. Pina Colada. Really? One half of the Miami Vice, which is a great drink that I drink on vacations and make it home from time to time. Half strawberry daiquiri or whatever, half pina colada. It's a total foo-foo drink, but when you're somewhere warm, you got to have one.
Pineapple and cream coconut and rum. And,
a lot of rum.
Myers rum, yeah, sure.
Extra rum, actually.
Yeah.
Here's a quick tribute from Hammer and Nigel Records.
You ordered double coladas.
Yes.
With twice as much booze. So I guess it's not my fault that I puked on your shoes. You went and called the cops at midnight.
Let's go.
'Cause your vacation sucked. But it was you who ordered octopus that made me blow chunks.
Yeah, calamari's made me throw up a few times. I still eat it, though. I do have a Margaritaville machine, pina colada machine.
Make one up tonight, man.
Yeah.
It's pina colada night.
It's like the official Jimmy Buffett. It has the logo on it and everything. It does the shaved ice and yeah.
Just a little update from the YouTube chat here. Would you or would you not get on the meth trolley with me? David, yes. SS Grad, yes. Roger Grismore, yes. Witchy Poo, yes. Dog, yes. Gary, I'll ride with you. See, some folks aren't afraid to do a little living around here.
Fine.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
You know, sometimes dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating, whether it's missed appointments, sloppy workmanship, or just a general sense of indifference about helping you. Frustrating hardly describes that experience, Hammer.
And that's why we want to welcome a new advertiser to the Hammer and Nigel family. Somebody you're going to be hearing quite a bit about in the coming months. Victor's Home Solutions.
Victor's installs the highest quality roofs available for your home, and they take all those negative stereotypes and turn them on their head.
They start with the basics, prompt, follow-up, showing up to appointments on time. And then they go above and beyond with installation teams that are so skilled, so precise, that Victor's is able to offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install.
5-star customer service and perfect installation. You're going to be really impressed with Victor's. They're the only roofer Hammer and I recommend to our listeners. It all starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. Call 1-866-VICTORS or victors.com.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, But when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
You'll be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
What if the next time you painted your home was the last time you painted your home?
Our home has had Rhino Shield for 10 years.
Rhino Shield. Call 888-RHINO-41. Don't paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Make summer nights unforgettable with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndieDecorativeConcrete.com.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Bare Naked Ladies with Sugar Ray and Fastball. Sunday, July 20th at Everwise Amphitheater.
More info online at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear, is there any update on the wood?
Yeah, Hammer, I'm looking at the wood on the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. It spilled all over the interstate. The ramp is open right now. Left lane is moving through slowly, and everything's been pushed off to the side, but the ramp still impeded at the moment. It is open. Northbound 465 on the east side, stop and go traffic from 70 up to East 56. Southbound 465 slow from 70 down to Brookville Road. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 8 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 stopped from Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. And then we look at southbound 65 slow 29th to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now with Dream Baths by B. Get 2 bathroom remodels for the price of 1 plus a free entry door and 24 months same as cash with 0 interest. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
88 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
The dingo ate your baby.
And now Hammer and Nigel proudly presents.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Lions.
And tigers. And bears.
Oh, my.
You know, I make fun of Nigel a lot because this is one of his fears. But the more we have these stories, the more I may, to quote Joe Hogsett, be coming around to your way of thinking here, Nige.
Okay.
Dateline, California. 59-year-old man in California was driving down the road and hit a bear, a 400-pound black bear that was in the road. And he injured the bear. The bear didn't die. So he felt bad. He didn't know what the protocol was. He pulled over, and he tried to help the bear. He tried to, lift him over the guardrail.
Oh, bad idea.
So he could run back into the woods.
Bad idea.
The bear didn't know that he was there to help and took a big chunk out of his arm.
Oh, mauled him?
Mauled him, bit, chomped down on his left forearm multiple times. An off-duty EMT applied a tourniquet to his arm and called 911. The guy was treated at the hospital. I don't have any details on the condition. Sadly, the bear did not make it. He was put down by officials when they arrived on the scene. So if you ever hit a 400-pound black bear driving down the road, whether you're in Tennessee, whether you're in California, just keep going, brother.
Probably.
Keep going.
Probably. I mean, it's the same like with if a squirrel runs out in the middle of the street, you don't swerve and try to miss it. You just run over it.
Right.
Because you're putting others at risk. I've been in the car before with my daughter. Dad, there's a squirrel. There's a squirrel. Like, I can't, but there's cars coming.
I'm not taking out the school bus to save the squirrel. Love you.
Poor bear. That's a bummer. But yeah, could have seen that one coming.
And maybe, and I don't know what happened here.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Instead of helping the bear, maybe he should have tried to shoo away the bear. Don't touch him.
Get out of here.
Which brings us to great moments in shooing away bears history. This was the situation where there was a black bear that had jumped into the backyard of a family, and the dad comes running outside to act like a bigger, scarier bear to frighten the other bear. His dad.
Inside.
Scaring the little bear away. Okay. Great moments in shooing away bears history. There's a group of dudes doing photography in Alaska, and a bear comes running up, and they had to do this. Now, there are different ways to shoo away a bear, right? You could take the approach of these guys in California who came home from a day of golfing, and there was a black bear on their roof.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Get, get bear. Get out.
Go on, get.
Hey, yo.
Great moments in shooing away bears history. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through July 21st, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card for your business. Call and switch to Comcast Business today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Nothing better than taking the family out to a midsummer baseball game out at Victory Field. And my friends at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help deliver on some big-time savings. They're partners with the Indianapolis Indians and sponsors of their fabulous Friday night fireworks. And if you're an Indians fan and a AAA member, you get all sorts of perks. $4 off tickets to all home games, plus 10% concessions and Indians Pro Shop discounts.
Yeah, going to Victory Field, always fun. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members, you save when you have a membership. You get discounts on hotels, rental cars, and even complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble out on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. Join AAA today. Visit AAA.com, call 844-GO, AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
For nearly 100 years, Busey Wealth Management has helped families and businesses make smart financial decisions that stand the test of time. From personalized investment plans to tax strategies that work for you, we take a big picture approach, connecting you with the right experts to help protect what you've built and plan for what's next. Busey Wealth Management, here for every chapter of your financial story.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com. For all your home's heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and drain needs, remember the man for all seasons. Chapman. Drain cleanings right now, only $89. Schedule online today at chapmanheating.com. That's chapmanheating.com.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, how some kids in Indianapolis got some help today. Gunfire in Wabash County this morning. You'll hear what state police say they know so far about that case and why a Terre Haute firefighter is being recognized. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 5 o'clock.
An immigration showdown in court. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A judge hearing arguments in Los Angeles over what opponents call a deportation dragnet, asking the judge to block ICE raids.
It has huge implications for ICE enforcement and Border Patrol enforcement of immigration law here in Los Angeles. What's happening is the Trump administration is being sued by the ACLU and a handful of plaintiffs who say that some of the arrests they've been making here in Los Angeles, particularly those mass arrests we're seeing at Home Depots and car washes and farms, they allege those arrests are based off only skin color and racial identity.
Fox's Bill Malusian, the Justice Department says the arrests have followed the law. A former Columbia University grad student detained for months over his role in pro-Palestinian protests wants restitution now that a federal judge has released him while he continues fighting efforts to deport him. Lawyers for Mahmoud Khalil filing a $20 million claim for damages, accusing the Trump administration of false arrest and imprisonment, abusive process, and malicious prosecution. Khalil tells the Associated Press he wants to send a message. He won't be silenced.
What they did to me is they tried something. It failed. But still, the harm is already there. So unless they feel that there is some sort of accountability for that, they would continue to go unchecked.
A Homeland Security official calls Khalil's claims absurd, accusing him of terrorizing Jewish students on campus and saying the administration acted well within its statutory and constitutional authority. A grim search continues in the Texas flood zone.
Search and rescue workers doing the best that they can to try to scour through the riverbanks, which, have really only been revealed in the last few days as the water has gone down.
Fox Weather's Katie Byrne. 2 more bodies recovered earlier today, at least 120 confirmed dead. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
This group trying to make a difference. Mostly sunny and 88 degrees in downtown Indy. Some areas of southern and central Indiana have some light rain right now. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Whether a kid stays out of trouble usually comes down to the parent. Ryan Hedrick has more from an Indy leader who sees it up close.
A lot of them don't get to see their father much. Either their father is locked up in jail or they're just missing in action.
That's Reverend Malachi Walker of Young Men, Inc.
Young Men Incorporated is that lifeguard.
Walker says he lost his daughter to violence, so the work that he does is personal.
These young men, 90% of them are from single-parent homes.
That's why he says a $5,000 donation from the Indy FOP on Thursday was so important for his organization. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A confrontation happening at around 9 this morning in Silver Lake.
So at the request of the Wabash County Sheriff's Office, the Indiana State Police is investigating a police-involved shooting
that resulted in the death of a man from Silver Lake, Indiana.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass says that man has been identified as Dale White. He had multiple warrants out for his arrest, pointed his gun at a Wabash City police officer who then fired his gun and killed White. The weather could get dicey in Indiana this weekend. Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says you might be dealing with some strong storms.
The severe chances are rather low, but this time of year we can't really rule out nice, really damaging wind gusts anywhere across the state.
He believes the whole state is likely to get some rain on Saturday, but the southern portions of Indiana need to be on the lookout for thunderstorms on Sunday. If you need to get gas today, Gas Buddy says the statewide average is $2.99 a gallon, which is down 17 cents from this time last week. A Terre Haute firefighter and paramedic is being recognized for saving a pilot's life on May 16th. Bram Sanders has been nominated for the Heroic Life-Saving Award in recognition of his life-saving response at Terre Haute Regional Airport. The pilot was entangled in his parachute while the plane continued to spill fuel. Sanders got the pilot out. He has a background as an F-16 crew chief with the 181st Fighter Wing. It's 5:04, your traffic and weather next.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749.
With traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Baer.
All right, John, the ramp is closed eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue because of a semi that jackknifed and spilled wood all over the ramp. They're in the cleanup process right now, and we cannot exit from eastbound 72 Shadeland. Looking at southbound 6570 stopped from the north split to the south split, 7-minute construction delay. Eastbound 70 slow from the south split back to Belmont. Inbound 65 slow after 29th to the north split, and westbound 70 tight from rural into the north split. It is a crash car. Southbound 31 at 106th Street, right lane block. Traffic stop and go back to 116th Street. And a crash on the east side, eastbound 21st at Methofer Road. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large at Big Gulp Drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
As we move into Thursday night, just a few clouds around, likely rain-free, low temperatures around 73 degrees. As we move into tomorrow, it'll be hotter and more humid with a very slight 10% chance of showers. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Junior Arsutis, 493 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Hammer, I think Republican strategist Scott Jennings, talking head on CNN. He is the only reason why I would ever watch CNN. And I think he is another reason why they are still afloat.
Is he the biggest star at CNN? Is
Scott
he the one that
Jennings,
brings the eyeballs?
I mean, he doesn't have his own show is the only thing. Anderson Cooper is still there. So I don't know.
Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah.
He's never
but
satisfied
Scott Jennings
a woman.
is always I don't know that for sure, allegedly.
I bet he's as pure as Christmas snow.
Scott Jennings is used to be an advisor for the McConnell camp, and he's the Republican, not a fake Republican like on The View.
Right.
Who's that Navarro chick on The View?
Right. MSNBC trots out their Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney as their Republicans.
So, but Scott Jennings is the only reason I would ever even tune in to any show, but he's usually on a bunch of panels with these other libs arguing with each other.
And last night was no different. He was discussing the Medicaid situation in the big, beautiful bill. And Scott Jennings points out from a previous report that had been issued, not just off the top of his mind, a previous report that stated there's a lot of illegal aliens that are taking advantage of the Medicare system.
Yes.
Medicaid system. And he's debating with liberal Representative Richie Torres of New York. And at one point, Torres, I think, knows he's out of his league in terms of debating skills. He starts just making crap up. And Scott Jennings, to his credit, just starts calling him a liar.
It's unpopular at all to try to reform an entitlement program, to save it for the people who need it, to keep illegal aliens from getting welfare benefits they shouldn't be getting, to encourage people to go to work. I don't think these things should be shied away from by
None
Republicans.
of that is true. First of all, I think Medicaid
It's exactly true.
Medicaid
It's
is not
exactly
true.
what's in the bill.
Federal law prohibits undocumented immigrants
Then why are
from receiving
1.4
Medicaid
million
benefits.
on it? Why are
That's a
1.4
figment of your
million?
imagination.
It's a figment of the CBO's documents.
Let me explain the facts.
It's in the
to you.
CBO documents.
I'll explain the facts.
Is it
to
or
you.
not?
Let me explain. It's not, actually.
No, you are lying.
No, that is not. It is not true.
Okay, hang on a
You're
second.
inventing facts out of thin air.
All right.
So Medicaid is.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I don't know much about Representative Richie Torres, but I do know what it sounds like when somebody has their ass handed to him.
And when the Congressional Budget Office isn't exactly a a right-leaning organization. It's not. I mean, it's a government facility, but the CBO. If the CBO says it, then they're saying that 1 in 6. Did I hear that right? 1 in 6 illegal.
1.6 million. And I promise you, it's a hell of a lot higher.
And the CBO is not exactly a right-leaning, friendly wing of the administration. If they're saying it,
right,
and then you have this guy saying BS, you're a liar. No,
that doesn't exist. Well, actually, it does, Representative Torres. Speaking of left-leaning organizations, MSNBC.
Oh.
I'm going to say something I did not anticipate would come out of my mouth today when I woke up. Morning Joe, voice of reason.
No.
Joe Scarborough. He actually was critical of Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is basically campaigning in South Carolina right now.
It's the governor of California.
Correct. And there's a lot of stuff going on in California right now. You've got ICE facilities being attacked. You've got natural disasters. You've got crime. There's a lot of stuff going on in California. But Pretty Boy's down there in South Carolina because he's 100% totally running for president. And to his credit, I can't believe I'm actually going to give this guy props. Joe Scarborough was critical of Gavin Newsom.
If Gavin Newsom he goes to South Carolina, they're talking about his presidential race. Well, let the early morning talk about 2020, what year? 8 begin. I mean, that's a guy who, if he runs, he's got a lot to defend in California. If you look at quality of life issues there, man, he's
a good fighter, though.
He's really good fighter on TV. He's a really good debater, but he's got a really big pile of problems back in California.
Well, first of all, Donald Trump's not leaving office until at least 2032. But I understand what Joe Scarborough is saying.
Liberal heads just spun around like Beetlejuice right there.
Yeah, work on your own state. What's he doing in South Carolina?
I mean, if everything was a well-oiled machine in in California, then all right, fine, whatever. But your mayor of LA is an idiot. You've got natural disasters. You've got the riots in LA that weren't that long ago. It still hasn't calmed totally down. And now you've got the ICE facilities being attacked. I mean, there's a lot going on that you would probably want your governor to be there for. But he's down in South Carolina shaking hands, kissing babies, and laying the groundwork for his presidential run in 2028. Moment of personal privilege here, Nigel.
Sure.
I just saw that there's been a death in the baseball community. Now, it's a guy that's never been my favorite, but he gave us one of the most golden pieces of audio of all time.
Who?
Former Cubs manager Lee Elia has passed away.
Now, you're a Cubs guy. You're a lifelong Cubs fan, and you don't call him your favorite? I wouldn't say favorite, but, like, you don't like the guy? Or
his team's underperformed, and when the bleacher bums, as they're known as, the folks that would sit in the bleachers at Wrigley during all those day games when they didn't have lights. Would boo the team, he didn't like it. And we got like a 3.5-minute rant of Lee Elia just teeing off on the bleacher bums.
I hope we get fucking hotter than shit just to stuff it up them 3,000 fucking people that show up every fucking day. Because if they're the real Chicago fucking fans, they can kiss my right downtown and print it. They're really, really behind you around here. My the motherfuckers don't even work. That's why they're out at the fucking game. They ought to go out and get a fucking job and find out what it's like to go out there and a fucking living. 85% of the fucking world's working. The other 15 come out here.
Oh, I mean, it goes on for like another 3.5 minutes.
That guy died?
Passed away today, yeah. Probably best known with his time with the Phillies, but that Cubs rant, Lee Elia, was so strong. I mean, there's words that I can't even bleep out. I had to cut completely out of that.
Right downtown and print it.
You've seen the movie Bull Durham with Kevin Costner, right?
Oh, yeah.
The phrase that you can't call an umpire, he uses that multiple times. He must have called the umpire.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Where are we at with this here, Nige? There's a woman on social media. She's kind of dividing the internet with the way she butters her toast.
She's dividing the internet.
People are debating. She has 2 thick sticks of butter, okay? 2 big sticks of butter. One of them is only for buttering her warm toast, and she puts it on like you would apply deodorant to your underarm. And then she wraps the stick back up and puts it in the fridge.
I've got 1 stick of butter for other things, and then I've got 1 stick of butter that I use for toast, and basically I just rub it on like this instead of using a knife. It feels easier. When the toast is warm, it just melts in. Does that offend people? What's her thoughts?
It's genius. She's a genius, because when I make toast and I discover that I don't have any soft butter sitting out and that it's been in the fridge, I break out the knife and just kind of dig the knife into the butter and then destroy the toast.
I hate that.
Destroy the toast with the butter. Just put holes in the toast, and now my eyes have been opened.
The worst is when you go to like a restaurant and they bring you out the appetizer bread with the butter. Sometimes the butter, it might as well be concrete. Yeah. Like you're trying to cut the damn thing and you're putting it on the bread and it just rips everything to shreds.
So she's putting it on the toast like, as you described, deodorant.
Grabs the stick and just uses it almost like a highlighter, deodorant
they
stick.
have butter spreaders that are like that, where you put it in this little plastic thing and then you can rub it on like your corn and stuff. But she's just
sounds like a lot of
raw-dogging
work. Sounds like a lot of work.
No, if you just get a regular stick of butter and open it and just rub it on the toast, that's genius.
I'm not mad at it.
American ingenuity at its finest, and I don't even think she was American.
Matt Bear.
All right, fellas, looking at southbound 65, completely stopped right now in Johnson County before Whiteland Road down to State Road 44 in Franklin. That's because of an earlier crash. The ramp on the east side, eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue, that ramp is shut down because of an earlier crash, a jackknife semi, and they're cleaning up a spilled load right now. Westbound 70 slow from rural into the north split, jammed up to the south split. That's because of construction. Southbound 65-70 on a 7-minute delay. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic from Harding Street into the south split. Northwest side, northbound 465 grinding from 79th up to 865 in the southbound lane slow after 79th to 465-65 interchange. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/20/625. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
88 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We got Rob Kendall off the rails calling in here just about 15 minutes from right now.
He's still calling in. He wouldn't even have worked today.
He'll call into our show,
okay,
but call in to his. But first, a fun round of Are You Okay With This? That's next.
I mean, if we're being honest, the news about Social Security is kind of scary. They're now projected to run out of money 1 year earlier than expected. So your benefits could be cut by as much as 23%. The average person could lose more than $100,000 in lifetime income. Don't let that happen. You got to find out how you can squeeze every penny out of that thing that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery. He's your retirement guy in Indy.
And this is not some off-the-shelf cookie-cutter report. This is a customized analysis based on your financials. It's all about how you could get every last penny out of Social Security. It's your money, so schedule the free analysis right now. It's free. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy. 317-648-5120. A free customized analysis. 317-648-5120.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license 199 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 7/31.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Now through Monday, save an extra 25% off all in-stock outdoor furniture. Sleep up to 10 degrees cooler and the lowest price guaranteed on every mattress. And save up to 50% off Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and lift chairs. Plus, we pay your sales tax and deliver it all for free. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Kingdom Roofing Systems, they do more than just roofing. They believe in honoring those who've served. Kingdom Roofing Systems proudly participates in the Roof Deployment Project, which provides a brand new roof to a deserving U.S. veteran or active duty service member, absolutely free. You can help give back to those who have given so much. If you or someone you know has served, owns their home, and is in need of a new roof, apply today at kingdomroofingsystems.com/RDP. Kingdom Roofing Systems, building roofs, honoring heroes.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to be.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Reinhardt Heating and Cooling? Find that American Standard air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
This dude is getting a little bit of backlash because there's a viral video of him continuing to participate in a fitness event even after his partner / girlfriend passed out and was getting treated by paramedics. Here's a witness complaining about what he saw.
Some guy's missus started like falling and fainting at the wall balls, and I was like, told one of the judges, oh, can you help her? Then she hit the deck, fainted, and was full like twitching on the floor. And then her boyfriend just kept on doing wall balls, didn't go over and see her. All the paramedics come over and start doing all this medical stuff to her. Boyfriend walks over, taps her on the leg, and then looks at the judge and goes, do I need her to finish the race? Technically no. And he's like, right, sweet. And then ran off and finished the race without her. And then didn't even go back and check on her.
Now, before I ask you if you're okay with this, Hammer, the woman allegedly commented that she wanted her boyfriend to continue on for both of them. Are you okay with this?
Yes, I wouldn't have even needed the speech. 100%. First of all, it's just a partner / girlfriend. There's no ring on the finger, so I don't even know if he's really in love with this woman. If she falls over, fine. One less thing to worry about. Second of all, it's a competition. And maybe I'm not the only one that remembers Herm Edwards' famous speech, you play to win the game. You play to win the game. And I feel like this couple, if you want to call them that, they understood the rules going in. I bet they've probably had a discussion in the past. Listen, if one of us passes out, if one of us gets hurt, if one of us has diarrhea, the other one keeps going on. I'm fine with this. What's he going to do? Is he a doctor? You want him to get down there and start acting like he's a doctor, Mr. McSteamy, all of a sudden? That ain't going to happen.
McDreamy.
So, whatever. I am 100% okay with this.
Is it McSteamy or McDreamy?
I thought there were two of them, right?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Rosie O'Donnell attacking Donald Trump over Texas flooding deaths in a totally unhinged rant posted on social media. Are you okay with this?
No, not because she's anti-Trump, but this big fat tub of lard moved out of our country. She was so broken by Donald Trump. She moved to Ireland.
Finally.
Because she wanted better peace of mind. She wanted to get away from everything Donald Trump. So what does she do? Talk about Donald Trump all the time on social media. Fatty, you could do that here. We could use your tax money here. But she can't get over it. Donald Trump has broken so many people. Like, Rosie O'Donnell was always kind of a loose cannon, right? Explosive personality. But Trump absolutely broke her. And she moved out of the country.
Yeah, even before he even ran for president, even before he was a contender for, they were at each other's throats. He was a big bully.
Correct.
And imagine having the bully get elected to the highest, office in the land.
And you moved
leader of the free world.
Out of the United States. That's how broken she is. She moves out of the country, and she still can't stop talking about him. Like, if I said, you know what, I can't handle the Obama administration, I'm moving to Aruba. Like, if I were in Aruba, the last thing I would do is pay attention to what's going on with the Obama administration. But Rosie's so broken, she can't.
Do you know who Sophie Vergara is?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who that is?
She is a well-assembled Latina.
She was on Modern Family.
Yeah.
That's right. So former quarterback Tom Brady and Sofia Vergara spotted getting very cozy on a mega yacht just a few weeks ago. Tom Brady was romantically linked to Sydney Sweeney recently as well. Are you okay with all this?
How can I not be okay with this? Are you kidding me? Like, what a charmed life Tom Brady lives. Now, I get he's worked very hard to get to where he is. He wasn't drafted high. He played with a chip on his shoulder. But that dude hit the genetic lottery. That's a good-looking, athletic dude who happened to be one of, if not the greatest quarterback that's ever played. And you're telling me his last two rumored romantic partners are Sofia Vergara and Sydney Sweeney? Good Lord, Tom, save some chicks for the rest of us. I mean, that's as strong of a 1 and 2 as you're going to find.
Well, I mean, Giselle.
Giselle? Right. His longtime wife was the, premier Victoria's Secret model. His first wife was one of those hot chicks in Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
Bridget Moynihan.
Yeah.
So, listen, I get athletes, race car drivers, they do very well in the chicks category. But if you're going back-to-back with Sofia Vergara and Sydney Sweeney, boy, that's pretty strong. All right, coming up next, we got Rob Kendall. He is ready to flip out and go off the rails. That's coming up right after we break down and have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An Indianapolis group got a boost from the city's Fraternal Order of Police. 89 degrees with some light rain on radar. Lows tonight in the 70s. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:29. At the donation ceremony today, FOP President Rick Snyder asked Young Men Inc. kids to raise their hands if violence had touched their lives.
I mean, you got kids here and young men ranging in ages from 8 to about 16. And you guys saw it for yourself. I think every hand went up in the group.
Reverend Malachi Walker, who leads the group, says funding cuts have made it tough to cover basic needs for their summer camp. The donations was $5,000, something Walker says will be a big help. A man was killed at a home in Silver Lake around 9 this morning. State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass details what happened.
Members of the Wabash County Sheriff's Office, Wabash City Police Department, Wabash County ERT, and Kosciuszko County SWAT went to a residence in the 200 block of Crappie Road to serve a search warrant.
He says the man inside the home, Dale White, had a gun and pointed it at a Wabash County officer, so that officer fired his gun at White. White was hit by a bullet and later died. No one else was hurt. Glass says state police are handling the investigation now. It's what police are calling a mass casualty overdose incident in Baltimore today. Fire Chief James Wallace gave an update on the situation.
Transported 15 patients to the hospital. 5 of those are priority 1 patients, meaning they're critical.
Wallace says they don't know what specifically caused the overdose. Police are treating it as a crime scene based on the size and scale. A Hancock County man charged with groping a young girl at a gas station. Jarrett Lewis reports.
While reviewing security cam footage, police say they saw the man make inappropriate advances to the 14-year-old girl while standing in line at the gas station in New Palestine. Officers responded to that gas station after the girl called 911 from the bathroom of a McDonald's next door. Through her description, police were able to then arrest 23-year-old Khalid Mangu. They said his eyes were also bloodshot and his balance way off. He's been charged with public intoxication and sexual misconduct and has been booked in the Hancock County Jail on a $50,000 bond. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana Fever point guard Sydney Colson will make her stand-up comedy debut as the opening act for the inaugural Fever Fest, which is on Saturday, July 19th at All-Star Weekend at the Everwise Amphitheater. Cedric the Entertainer will also be there, and there will be other music sets as well. And with traffic at 5:31, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, checking out the east side ramp closed eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue while they clean up a spilled road from an earlier jackknife semi-trailer. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go after 79th up to 865. Southbound lane slow from 71st down to I-65. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic, Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 465. Southbound 6570 stop from the north split to the south split, a 7-minute delay because of construction. And then in Johnson County, southbound 65 stop before Whiteland Road all the way to State Road 44 because of an earlier crash. Front of the line is slowly starting to clear out. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now with Dream Baths by B, get 2 bathroom remodels for the price of 1, plus a free entry door in 24 months, same as cash with 0 interest. Trust a local, trust employee owned own. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Making our way into Thursday night, get ready for partly to mostly clear conditions. Low temperatures around 73 degrees and winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving towards Friday, we're going to be partly cloudy with a high temperature around 92 degrees. Winds out of the southwest still at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and maybe a 10 to 15% chance of some showers in your local neighborhood. Moving into the evening hours, will remain mostly clear with a low temperature around 75 degrees. Winds still out of the southwest at 5 to 10. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Jenner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is part of the Kendall and Casey show, #1 rated midday show in Indianapolis. He is Rob Kendall. And Rob, you were not at work today, and Nigel was just telling me he thinks it's ridiculous that you don't show up to work.
Shaking my head right now. Unacceptable.
Well, thanks, first of all, to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis. So here's what has happened. My child's daycare has been closed for 9 days, and after 9 days of having to be at work every single day and then sprint home and do the daycare the rest of the day, this kid has broken my body, but she will not break my spirit.
So you're Mr. Mom today, right?
Yeah, it turns out that the Child Protective Services frowns if you just leave your 2-year-old home alone.
Imagine that.
Shocking. Let's talk a little bit about the city where we work. It's a city where I live, Indianapolis, Indiana. Rob, is it hyperbole on my behalf if I say right now there's really not a lot of difference between Chicago's local government and Indianapolis's when it comes to being inept?
Oof.
No, I mean, I think it's even worse because, I think in a place like Chicago, at least the mayor seems to have his faculties about himself. I mean,
he's a total nut, but he's there.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Hogsett
That's the bar.
I mean, Abdul said this yesterday on our show, and he said it yesterday or a couple days ago in a column he put up on his cheat sheets service, and it's right, that Joe Hogsett, in addition to all the problems that he has and all the problems that he allegedly has, he now just appears like a defeated human, which if you've lived the life Joe Hogsett has, you would probably be a defeated human too. The point is, this guy is incapable. He doesn't have the fire, intestinal fortitude, the will to solve these problems. I mean, we are on autopilot for the next, 2 years of this being just a reoccurring storyline of one horrible thing after another.
And Rob, what frustrates me, and I know our show has talked about this for a while, you have as well, Joe Hogsett hasn't changed. He's always been this type of dude, but finally, local TV stations, they've had the light bulb pop above their head. They're finally covering this dude for what he is.
You know, as a mayor, you really have 4 core responsibilities. Government isn't that complex if you just do the core things well. And the problem is everybody doesn't want to do the core things. It's like eating your vegetables or cleaning your room. Everybody wants to do the fun stuff. And, the 4 core things are crime and public safety. It's roads, it's snow removal, and it's trash as the mayor of a major metropolitan city. And I don't know about trash. Hammer, you had an issue with the trash the other day.
Yeah, I can tell you about the trash, Rob. It sucks, too.
So since I don't live there, I can only speak to the snow, the streets, and the public safety. They're all complete dumpster fires. And I come back to something Ryan Hedrick told us last month when he was talking about his time as an addict, which he's been very candid about. Him and Matt Bear have the great Supporting Sobriety podcast. He said, Joe Hogsett runs the city like I ran my life when I was in the throes of addiction, which is everything's chaotic, nothing gets finished. The things that do get finished are done, haphazardly. And he says, when I look at this city, I see my life when I was an addict. And I think a couple days ago, I don't know if you guys have noticed, it's pretty hard to drive downtown.
Yeah. Hey, you had a wonderful interview with Reverend Charles Harrison from the 10-Point Coalition. Let's get into that for just a second. The mass shooting that happened over 4th of July holiday, 2 people dead. One person, one of the guys that got killed, have 2 other brothers that were killed previously in similar circumstances. What did Reverend Charles Harrison have to say? What's the solution?
Well, real quick, I wanted to finish my point. I was actually teeing you guys up for a question here, but my point was, what I was going to say was, in the inability to drive downtown, because it comes back to what you just asked about, Nigel, which we'll get to here in a second. I had to go the 4th different way to try to get to our radio station, and I ended up stuck on East Washington Street, and I went past Luger Plaza. And Luger Plaza is supposed to be this 2-acre crown, this gem of our city, right, named for the late Richard Luger, and it is now just a homeless camp. And the hilarious thing is, right when you Google Luger Plaza and the website for Luger Plaza comes up, in big letters it says, no sleeping or camping. And when you drive past it, it's just a bunch of people sleeping or camping, which means the mayor doesn't have the will to fix it.
And Fountain Square is the same way. Fountain Square, it's a tent city.
Now, they'll clean it up, which I think they've started to because of the All-Star game coming. He'll always fix it when there's some big event, just like Gavin Newsom in San Francisco. My point, though, Nigel, to what you were asking about, and the interview we did with Charles Harrison, why does the areas that the 10-Point Coalition patrols, why do they statistically have a lot higher success rate?
Yeah.
Because they're motivated to do something about it. They want to fix the issue. Is it the best way to go about it? I don't know. But I do know statistically, Butler, Tarkington, places they patrol have had high success rates in terms of toning down the violence. And what they do is sort of what Ballard did for many, many years when we had 100 homicides or less every single year, which was they went to the people. They know who the bad actors are. They know who's doing the stuff. And they would go to them and say, hey, it's Black Expo this week. If I were you, I'd be leaving. What a great idea. We're going to be watching you. If you do something, if you breathe wrong, we're going to arrest you. It's a political will thing, and between the axis of evil of Mears and Hogshead and the judges, they just don't have the will to solve this problem.
Rob, let's address the difficult question, right? But I think it's a fair question. The leadership in the city, whether it's the mayor, whether it's the prosecutor or the judges like you bring up, are they afraid to arrest young black men because they feel like that's going to hurt them politically?
Oh, absolutely. This is all about political correctness. This is all about liberalism. This is all about not addressing the issue. And I think Rick Snyder has sort of alluded to this, or not even alluded. He doesn't allude to anything. He has said as much on your program, which is you have to want to solve this issue, and you have to lean into it, and you have to have the cojones to say, I'm going to take the heat, whether it's from the media or these outside groups, to fix this problem. And collectively, especially Mears and Hogshead, do not have the will to do it.
So how did we get to this point, Rob? Because it wasn't that long ago, Terry Curry was the prosecutor, and he was a Democrat, but I thought he did a very fair job as the prosecutor. If you didn't do the research, you probably wouldn't even know what his political leanings were. How did we go from that to what we have right now?
Well, and I know this is you're a city lifer, right? And so I'm not trying to in any way besmirch you or the great coupon lady or your children.
Here comes a but.
But
for the most part, anybody with any common sense has gotten out of that city. I mean,
why should I leave? They're the ones that suck.
Well, I agree. No, I agree. Look, I've lived in a 30-foot geographical area my entire life. I'm not judging you by any stretch of the imagination on that. I get loving where you live and wanting to stay there. But the city, because of the change in dynamic in terms of people leaving, and then that the political landscape that has changed as a result of that, you have seen fewer and fewer people get, whether it's the city council. When was the last time the Republicans ran anyone? Joe Oxford has never had a viable competitor for mayor. Think about that. That's how inept the Marion County Republican Party is. A guy worth at least $500 million ran against him the last time, and he was so inept and so weak that Hogshead laughed all the way to a third term. The Marion County Republican Party is a joke. what's left of it. The leadership is weak. They won't call. If they do call Hogshead out, it's some press release. It's never anything that anybody looks at or is intimidated about. It's like, ooh, they're really getting tough now. And so these people just do whatever they want to do.
Going off the rails with Rob Kendall here on the Hammer and Nigel show. One more thing here on local government before we move on to some other things. Let's be honest. If Joe Hogshead, with all of his faults, the train wreck that he is, one bad decision after the other, if he were to run again, Rob, he would win in Marion County, wouldn't he?
I wouldn't rule it out. Why would he not? Who's going to hire him?
Right.
Yeah,
he
why
thought
would he
he was
not-
going to get some job in the Biden administration.
Yeah, but why would he not run again? That's the
That's
question.
my point. He's 68 years old. He's clearly got a serious drinking problem. He's been a horrible mayor. He has no applicable skill set, especially not at his age, that would translate into the private sector, where he'll be 70 years old. Why wouldn't he just give it another shot?
Let the record clearly state that the Hammer and Nigel show looked at somebody and said, damn, that guy drinks a lot. Can you come back for one more segment, Rob?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going off the rails with Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah, if you're thinking about new windows in the house, your AC's working overtime, the hot air is getting in, the cold air is seeping out, you're wasting tons of money on energy, don't do anything until you've contacted Window Nation. WindowNation.com. I'm a Window Nation customer, and the deal they have right now is incredible. 50% off all window styles, 0 interest for 5 whole years. When you choose Window Nation to replace your windows, you won't pay any interest until 2030.
I want you to remember this phone number, 866-90-NATION. Window Nation, the best windows on the market, the best staff, an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, and right now, the best deal. Get half off, 50% all style of windows. Whatever style you like, half off. And if that's not enough, 0 interest, nothing, nada, until 2030. 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy.
News doesn't wait, and neither should you. Breaking news updates, local headlines, and statewide coverage are always available at WIBC.com. When the news moves fast, we will too. Stay in the know while you're on the go with WIBC.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
Yeah, Hammer, we're on the east side, and the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue is still shut down because of an earlier jackknife semi that spilled wood all over the interstate. They are cleaning it up right now, but the ramp is closed again. It's eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. Southbound 6570 downtown. Stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split, delayed 4 minutes for construction. Inbound 65 slows 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, stop and go Belmont into the south split for a 4-minute delay. North side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 82nd. And a crash on the northeast side. It's 82nd at Sargent Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned, trust your home. To bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
88 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Rob Kendall, part of the Kendall and Casey show here at 93 WIBC, 9 to noon. I don't know about you, Rob, but this Epstein stuff has me bothered. And I'm a Trump guy. I have voted for him 3 times now. I, support the dude, but this stuff is rubbing me the wrong way. What about you?
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh famously said early in Trump's presidency when he was still with us, the media didn't make Trump, they can't break Trump. And what he meant by that was Trump was the first president that really didn't ever kowtow to the media. Like, he didn't do what they wanted to get glowing praise from them. So as a result, his election was about trust with a coalition of people. And so only he could screw that up by breaking the trust. And breaking the trust is not just a political disagreement. It's getting caught flat out lying about something important to your base. And this is it. The Epstein stuff, he ran on it. He promised to expose it. The people he appointed to key positions in the FBI and Attorney General ran on it, promised to expose it, and then here it is. Not only are they now, nobody believes that whether it's a physical list or there's videotape or whatever, nobody believes there's not that they don't know who it was. Alan Dershowitz came out because, remember, he was allegedly on the list and said, I've seen it. He said, I've seen it because I was clearing my own name. I've seen who it is. He says he can't say it because of confidentiality agreements. I don't know if I believe that or not. But nobody believes there's nothing. And for them to say there's nothing and then Trump to act like he's all agitated,
right,
that anybody would bring it up, this is a big moment because this is the first time that he has really broken trust with his base of people.
Rob, before we let you go here, this past week I created a photo for you. It was, thanks to the magic of AI, Cheryl from Applebee's. You have long talked about this mythical character, Cheryl from Applebee's. Briefly reset that for us.
Well, as the great Nat King Cole once sang, Mona Lisa, men have named you. And this is your Mona Lisa, where it is. So I spent a lot of time drinking at the Applebee's in my 20s. And
cheap drinks, man.
I'm not even going to apologize for it. Yes, you're right, Nigel. The Dollaritas. I mean, you could get thoroughly liquored up for about $15. It was, and I'm also, I'm not going to shy away from it. I definitely, on multiple occasions, walked home across the town of Brownsburg from the Brownsburg Applebee's. We had a little problem down there by the interstate, but other than that, it was usually fine. But we came up with, there was always the same sort of woman who was the bartender at the Applebee's. And over the years, I had described her, we put a composite of her together, and she went by the name of Cheryl. And Hammer, boy, you outdid yourself. Hammer, through the magic of artificial intelligence, created Cheryl for the world to see. It's a thing of beauty.
I'd hire Cheryl. I bet Cheryl's a damn good worker. Hey, are you back to work tomorrow or not?
Daycare is open again tomorrow. The 9 days. I have made it 9 days. I've survived in advance. I am sticking that kid in daycare at 7 a.m. when it opens. Get out. I'm back to work, baby.
Go get a job.
Thanks, as always, to Garage Doors of Indianapolis. You guys are the best.
He's off the rails. That's Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my wife and I absolutely love the patio furniture we received from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, Berlin Garden Outdoor Furniture. We spend all our time out there on these summer nights that are just beautiful, beautiful pieces of furniture. Now through Monday, you could save 25% off all in-stock outdoor furniture at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
These guys support what we do here at Hammer and Nigel Show. So next time you need a new Tempur-Pedic mattress or maybe some outdoor patio furniture, perhaps a new love seat, Thompson Furniture and Mattress, that's where you want to go. Owned and operated by the same family since 1927. And yes, free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles of their store. These guys are the best. Love these guys. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you